everyone, today I'm going to do a neutral shimmer type of eye look. I'm first starting out with Diet Root Beer in my crease area just to get it ready for optimal blending. And I'm using a pretty fluffy blending brush to do this. And I also already primed my eyelids as well as set them with an eyeshadow. And I'm doing this to now my other eye, getting it really nice and ready to be blended with. This is going to be more of a natural type of look for me with browns, so it's not a super bam in your face type of look. But I still have to add shimmer at the end, of course. And it's best to start off with little and keep on adding up. Over the years, this is kind of how I've learned the best way for me with blending. I know some people can just slap it on, blend it out, and it's good. So now I am taking spiraling with a little bit of a smaller blending brush. It's a little bit more of a dense type of brush. And I'm packing it in the outer V part of my eye, as well as taking it a little bit into that crease, not going as far into the inner area as what I did with Diet Root Beer, was it? I believe so. And I'm doing this on both of my eyes. I actually do this eye look quite frequently. I didn't realize I like neutrals sometimes. There is some shimmers in this. I know this one's spiraling. There is some shimmer in it, but the actual neutral, more browns, isn't something whenever I was younger I liked using, but now it's very flattering, I would say. And I'm really getting it nice and blended. And I like to do the method of going back over. So now I'm taking Diet Root Beer again, just a little bit to blend that together. So this way it's not too harsh and dark. Slow and steady wins the race. Just to go over, and now I'm using Just a Theory. And I'm just using my finger to really tap that on. My finger works the best for some of these buttery, shimmery shades. It just helps me pack it on. A brush, you don't get the full effect, and I don't even feel like it's showing up 100% on camera the way it does in real life. This color feels amazing. I use it quite often. Now I'm going back with spiraling, like I said, kind of doing the layering sort of method. So just going back in the outer V part of my eye just to make sure that's nice and dark after I just use my finger. It's kind of hard to really concentrate that color in one area, so it went over the dark a bit. Now I'm just adding it right back in, and this ensures I blend it as well as what I can. So now I'm taking Diet Root Beer again over top of where I just blended the spiraling color again. And really making sure I'm getting that out. I'm going back over again with spiraling just to darken it up. I think I took away a little bit too much of it whenever I was blending. But yeah, my dog came in. I guess my door wasn't closed all the way, so I had to get up and fix that. So if at any part in the video it looks funky, that's why. And now I'm taking Tanacon in more of the inner part of my eyelid and just tapping that on, kind of just to have a nice little color. And then I took Just a Theory again, just patting that over to make sure it's good. Now I'm using Diet Cola. I kind of mixed them together and I thought that they looked really good. It just created a perfect shimmer look in my eyes. It gave it a nice, it wasn't all too much brown. It kind of gave it another little color, so this way it stood out even more. And I used that with my fingers. Again, those types of colors that are just easy to pack on with your finger. So now I'm taking with a smaller detailing brush and using Diet Root Beer on the lower lash line. I kind of take that all over just to give it a nice wash of color. First things first. And really try to not smoke it out too much. I want it to stay kind of close to my lash line, but give me enough color all around. And then I'm going to build it up a little bit I'm taking a flat eyeliner brush and I'm wiggling, spiraling right into like my actual lash line to give it a little bit more depth. And I'm also trying to pull it down a little bit. As I rub it into the lashes, I kind of feather it down a little bit just so it blends a little bit more seamlessly with the Diet Root Beer. I didn't want it to be too dark either, so that's why I'm really like wiggling it. I believe it kind of looked like I was almost trying to use the detailing brush that I did on the bottom with the Diet Root Beer first with the spiraling, and then I kind of woed up and realized, no, I want it to blend like this. So then I took Diet Root Beer back over top of that area, like where both met, so this way it kind of blended a little bit more easily. Yes, it's still on my lash line, kind of like a liner, but it helped make it blend a little bit more. And then I was really trying to blend that up to really meet where the eyeshadow on my actual eyelids connected. Now I'm taking spiraling on that same detailing brush just to really deepen that little area on my eyelid and make sure that it's dark in the outer lower part of my lash line as well to connect that all together. And I even took it a little bit into my crease. This detailing brush kind of helps get it in there. And right now I'm almost trying to use the shape of my eyeball to really give me that type of look. What I've noticed is whenever I have my eyes open, sometimes I don't see all the colors. So I was trying to help myself be able to see them a little bit more. And now I'm just kind of taking the brush I would use Diet Root Beer with and blending that area out a little bit more just to ensure, again, I like to blend as much as possible. Or this might have even been the one I used spiraling with. That was the one I used spiraling with. Now I'm using the one that I used Diet Root Beer with, the fluffier one, to blend it all together. Kind of blending it almost up towards my eyebrows. Took a peek in my mirror to the side of me a moment, just to really help make sure that there's not a harsh line. Now I'm taking Ranch to highlight my inner corners with a really small detailing brush. And I do always kind of turn my head all around to make sure that I'm getting it and it's seen. The lighting that I use, it's kind of hard to see all the way in different angles that I move, but that's okay. In person, everywhere I move, you could see it, which is nice. Now I'm taking Tannicon on like a flat brush. I think that's the same brush I used it before, just to make sure that those areas blended together. And then I'm taking, just kind of touching everything up with the different colors one last time to make sure it all went together nicely. And checking, I have so many mirrors. So now I'm kind of trying out the KVD Vegan Beauty Tattoo Eyeliner that I know people have loved before. I'm just using it for this look. I recently got my hands on it and I was just going to kind of do a mini review over it. So something that I've learned is it dries out for me really fast. So, and I'm sorry you can't see this 100% while I'm doing it, but it dries out very fast. Like after I do one swipe and try to go in and touch it up a little bit more, the brush would almost start taking it off. And I've noticed this with eyeshadows or without eyeshadows, and I've shaken up really good. There's a little shaker in it. I don't know if I'm the only one. I know people always used to rave about this, and I know it's kind of a different line now, but people forever love this eyeliner. I've never tried it until now, and it's not my favorite. I mean, it looks good, but I kind of had difficulties using it for being a pen. But the black is nice. So then what I end up doing, whenever I use my eyelash curler, I do let it dry. And something else that I've noticed is I kind of hold the lash curler away from my eyelids. And somehow a lot of the eyeliner still transfers right over to it, which my normal black eyeliner wouldn't do. So I don't know if anybody else has this issue. Let me know. Because I did, after I put on my mascara and cleaned things up, I'm also using the Lash Sensations or Lash Sensational from Maybelline mascara. Again, you can't see me put on all the way. I just wanted to do a quick little review over it. I really like the shape of the brush. This is their, it's not the waterproof formula, and I will say throughout the day, it sometimes can transfer up close to like my eyebrows. I'm normally kind of leaning down all day whenever I'm working, which is kind of funny because my lashes are never touching up. But yeah, that's just kind of something I've noticed. I like the brush. The mascara doesn't last as long, and it does kind of get a little chunky. This is me just taking a dry brush and rubbing those areas that I got a little bit of mascara on. I'm not even sure if you could see it, but just using those brushes that I use in different areas to remove it, and it's good. You don't really have to use water or anything like that to get rid of it. With this mascara, I have found out, though, you almost want to use it whenever it's still a little bit wet, or like you want to try to get it off whenever you're still a little bit wet, just because it doesn't, it almost dries too much, and it's hard to get it off, other than the transferring throughout the rest of the day. So I ended up popping at the mascara on my lower lashes, just touching my hair, and this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is a little bit more of a neutrally type of eye look, but it really made my eyes pop. Thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time.